Hey folks, hope you guys are having a great day. No, I'm having an okay day. It's a Steam sale, so I thought I'd give a couple of recommendations before I jump into a little bit of some gameplay. Okay, so let's hit it. Turn down my music a bit. All right. So, okay. So Steam sale. Here's what we got going on. I'll give a couple of my recommendations. Okay. So this is on my wish list. I still haven't bought it because I haven't had time to play it. It's not that I think it's not going to be good. Everyone seems to think Elden Ring is good. So, maybe I'll buy it, but I won't have time to play it for a while. And that is because I have Final Fantasy 16 that's on my plate. And I guess Diablo 4, but I don't see myself playing a lot of Diablo 4 because my friends are not really playing it. A little disappointing, but, there you go. Hogwarts Legacy. This was an okay game. I have it on the PS5. I didn't really stream it. People got very upset because, I don't know, J.K. Rowling acknowledges biological reality, and so that comes into conflict with the Gnostic kind of meta-religion that is the modern death cult. But it's a fun game. It has a good little story. And I think probably the best thing about Hogwarts Legacy is the exploring Castle Hogwarts part. And that's because it's just a really good rendering of Hogwarts if you were a fan of the movies. And if you're a fan of the books as well, it adds a lot of extra stuff to that. So if you're really into exploring Hogwarts and you like the environment of the Harry Potter books, then this is actually a really good game to check out. Final Fantasy 14 Online. So I am a fan of Final Fantasy 14. I have played it and I like it. I think I'm still on the Zalera server, but I haven't played in a while because I have so many other things going on. And MMOs tend to demand a lot of attention and constant stuff. You can just play this like a single-player game, and it's actually a pretty decent single-player game if you like MMO gameplay. So if you're like, I like World of Warcraft, but I don't really want to feel like raiding. I just want to kind of do dungeons and do a lot of content. Final Fantasy XIV has a crap ton of content, and the story in general for it is very good, going through all the various expansions. So a complete edition is a good deal, but here's what the general consensus is about Final Fantasy XIV on Steam, which is if you buy it on Steam, you are, even if you merge your Square Enix account, you're kind of stuck with a Steam version. So if you want to buy the expansion, the next expansion, if there's another one, you have to buy it on Steam. If you already own it and you want to buy expansions, you can't buy the Steam expansion. So the general consensus from fans is just buy it directly from Square Enix. It goes on sale a bunch. In fact, it might go on sale this summer. So you could buy the complete edition and save a little bit of money for whatever platform you want to buy it on. So if you're buying it on PS4, PS5, and it runs good on PS5. I actually have it on PS5 and on PC because I figured out I could get the PS5 version at a huge discount, and it gave me 2 free months of game time. So it ended up being I paid $5 if you include the game time, which counts for both versions. So if you have game time, you can play on whatever platform, which is an interesting setup. Anyway, the point is that the Steam version is usually to be avoided. I hate to put it in the passive voice, but there you go. Just buy it directly from Square Enix is the general consensus. It goes on sale plenty, so it's not like you're losing out or having to spend a lot of extra money in order to play the game. It does go on sale a lot. Octopath Traveler 2, this one I haven't played yet. Now, I liked the first one, sort of. It has a wonderful aesthetic. I love the aesthetics of these games. I loved the music of Octopath Traveler. I even liked the gameplay for the most part. The problem was at the macro. The problem was not at the micro level, like selecting spells and stuff like that. It was at the macro level where eventually you hit this wall where you actually can't continue any of the stories. There's 8 little stories, and maybe you want to continue one of those stories. Well, you have to go and basically collect all 8 characters and grind them up in order to get past some really kind of stiff challenges that hit you around level 20. So it starts to feel like a slog where you're just kind of doing one part of a story at a time over and over again, rather than like getting to engage fully with one story. And the truth is, the 8 stories were just not that good. They were okay. They all felt like Final Fantasy side quests, you know, like a little character side quest from Final Fantasy VI. So if you're a fan of Final Fantasy VI and you're a fan of Bravely Default, the gameplay from Bravely Default, this has very similar approach to it. So overall, I liked Octopath Traveler, and I would probably expect the same from Octopath Traveler 2. Jedi Survivor. Now, this is not a steep enough discount for me to want to play this game. I really liked the first one. What was it called? Star Wars Jedi. It wasn't Jedi Survivor. No, it wasn't Jedi Outcast. What was it? Anyway, the first one with Cal was really fun, really good, and it ran great on the Steam Deck. Absolutely, like, flawless on the PC and the Steam Deck. So I would recommend that one, but that one goes on such a huge discount. I can't really recommend this one at $52, given that the first one I paid like $10 for. Like, I would want a deeper discount to play this game. But, you know, people have a lot of mixed reviews. Apparently had some performance issues. So, you know, keep that in mind with that one. The first one was a lot of fun. The gameplay is a lot of fun, especially if you like action games like Souls. Redemption 2, I still haven't played this game, and I don't really have any plans to play it. From what I saw of it, it just looked like garbage. Like, you know, SJW garbage plus Rockstar Games, which has gotten slowly just kind of worse and paused over the years. Haven't played Wild Hearts. This is the Dead Space remake. I think it'd be okay to just play the original Dead Space. That's what I'd be into. New World, this is Amazon's MMO, which apparently has a lot of bad things going for it. So keep that in mind if you're considering that one. I'm not going to be jumping into too many MMOs these days because they all do sort of the same thing, which is to completely waste your time and make it so you can't play any other game, and also have a setup where the end game is just progressive grind of the same content over and over again at different difficulty levels, which I find very boring. I really liked the way Vanilla WoW was set up, much better. Jedi Fallen Order, thank you, Simamaru. I appreciate that. The Jedi Fallen Order is really fun. It's a very fun game. It does make you backtrack a little bit, but it's not that bad. They do give you some ways to travel faster through the maps. Monster Hunter Rise, actually don't have this one. This is a Monster Hunter game I don't have. So $16 seems like it might be a good price. Destiny 2, this is a Destiny 2 expansion. If you like Destiny, you're probably already aware of it. If you're looking to get into Destiny, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think it's that good. What else do we have here that's featured? Anything that I think is good? Haven't played this one yet. That might be a fun one to check out sometime. Persona 5 Royal. This is a fun game. You probably are already aware of it if you're into JRPGs. It's very different from what most people think of as like the typical Final Fantasy or Dragon Quest template for a JRPG, but the gameplay is very much JRPG. This definitely has a lot of fans. I personally think Persona 4 is the better game, but you know, your mileage may vary. Let me see if there's anything else that I think is good. Not really. All right, so here's some other ones. Tales of Arise. I highly recommend this game. Very fun game. And I would say for anybody that's into kind of more action-oriented gameplay with a party, you'll probably enjoy this. And if you're into a really good kind of JRPG story, this is good. I really like the aesthetics. I like the graphics. I like the characters. My recommendation is when you buy it, play it with Japanese voices. The English voice casting, it's not that it's bad. Like, there's some good voice actors, there's some good voice casting, but most of it just doesn't hit right. But the Japanese cast, I think, does a good job. And you can just read it with subtitles if you like. So I like the Japanese cast better. Stranger Paradise. This was one I played on stream, and I really enjoyed it. If you are a fan of action gameplay like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, whatever, you will probably like this. It has some really fun variations on it. One of the things I liked about this game, surprisingly, was its presentation and story, which was so goofy, but somehow worked. It felt like a very earnest game from about the year 2008 or 2009, like a Gaming Ground Zero game is what it felt like. Just a lot of interesting polish, but still some rough edges, and a really super edgy protagonist that, I don't know, just doesn't fit in the modern I don't know what paradigm at all, but I think that made the game more endearing to me was the Jack like listening to MP3s on his Zune and cussing. Horizon Zero Dawn. This game is very okay. Personally, I don't think it's that good of a game. I had it on PlayStation. It's another one of these open world games where there's just not that much to do in it, in my opinion, compared to like Elder Scrolls, where the game is really packed with stuff, with lore and with content, with things to explore, things to acquire. Just Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't do it as well. But, you know, it's a pretty game, so, you know, you may like it because it's pretty. Sorry. Got some allergies. Just Cause 3 for $3. I can certainly recommend this game for $3. I have it. It's fun, especially for $3. Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I can recommend this game for $7.50. I have it on the PlayStation platform, and it's quite a bit of fun, actually. It has a really interesting gameplay loop where you're, like, fighting orcs and possessing them and stuff, so it's pretty cool. Or actually, maybe that's the first one. I'm trying to remember which one's the sequel, which one's the first one. Two New Tribes. Yeah, this is the sequel. The sequel's more of the first game. It's good. It's okay. What else do we have? Dark Souls 3, I don't know, for $30. You can get, if you have a PlayStation, you can get a used PS4 copy for like $5. So it's hard for me to recommend the Steam version for $30 unless you don't have a PS4 or you are just really desperate to play it on PC. The PC ports of Dark Souls have, in my experience, been fairly bad. But, you know, you make your own decision. God of War, this game, the first one that was on PlayStation, it's okay. It's very okay. It's not as good as the original God of War games, in my opinion, but it's really good presentation, and it's actually quite a bit of fun to play, versus the sequel. So I don't know if it's worth $30. Considering, like, if you have a PlayStation, you probably already got this for free at some point, or can buy a used copy for, $5. So $30 feels like too much, unless you have to play it on PC. It's like on your list, and you're excited to play it. It's been out on PlayStation for years and years at this point, and so if you have a PS4, you probably already have it for free. So it's hard for me to recommend that at $30. Anyway, so that's some of the stuff. Far Cry. I generally avoid the Far Cry franchise, but let's take a look at what's there. I'm not impressed by Far Cry. You can get apparently this whole bundle for $54. There is one I'm going to recommend, which is Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. For $3.75, this is an amazing game. You can see it's in my library. I highly recommend it. So, this game is it's basically Far Cry gameplay, but they just went with a ridiculous aesthetic for it. They just, I don't know, makes it so much more fun. There's a lot of jokes to it, so if you enjoy the Far Cry gameplay but you just don't want it to be so serious, then Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is where it's at. This is a real break from this. Same thing with Far Cry Primal. This is very different from regular Far Cry as far as like how it's presented. So I like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon a lot. And the original Far Cry is actually pretty good. Witcher franchise. I have all of these, obviously, but I think the standout one for $1.50, if you've never played the original Witcher, you should play the original Witcher. For $3, if you've never played Witcher 2, you should play Witcher 2. Even for $12, if you've never played Witcher 3, you should play Witcher 3. These are good games. Witcher 2 was a really, I think, an aesthetic masterpiece when it came out in 2012. It really pushed my machine at the time to the limits, and now it's very runnable on modern hardware. It looks great. I love the saturated colors. that it has. It's a beautiful game. The original Witcher has a great story and a great mood to it, but you're going to laugh when you see some of the NPCs. They look really bad in some cases. If you ever played the original version, it looks even worse. The enhanced version upgraded some of the graphics for like Shani and some of the other more notable NPCs. But like your average villagers are like these weird guys with short arms. They look really bizarre. But it's a great introduction to the world. I think it has the best mood of any of the Witcher games by a long shot. So for $1.50, you should definitely take a chance on that one. Let's see what else. Star Wars. Any of the Star Wars titles I recommend. Last stream you mentioned you didn't like StarCraft 2. What didn't you like about it? First of all, it's exactly like the original StarCraft. So there's really, in terms of multiplayer, it offered nothing new at all. I shouldn't say nothing, but so little it's not even worth talking about. The campaign when it came out was really short. You know, it was 1/3 of a game. So I paid $60 for 1/3 of the content of the original StarCraft game, not even including Brood Wars. So you got just the human campaign. You didn't get anything else besides a human campaign. And the campaign was okay, but it didn't tell a lot of new story either. So the campaign really was super underwhelming. The multiplayer was obviously highly competitive, and I realized at that point that I just wasn't interested in grinding up ladders in StarCraft 2 with strangers. Like, it just didn't matter to me. What I really liked with RTSs was playing with friends, because that's when I mainly played them, was at the end of the 90s. StarCraft 2 was also incredibly buggy at launch and crashed all the time. It had two different... basically, it was two engines crammed together. Like, there were scenes in Unreal 3, like the character scenes, and then there was, like, the actual gameplay, which was in a totally different engine. So it was really weird and very buggy, and just was not a good experience. It's one of the few regrets I have. I'm like, I really could have skipped StarCraft and just never interacted with it. If you're really into multiplayer StarCraft, you may like it. Okay, let's take a look at one of these. Jedi Fallen Order. It's not on sale. Wait for it to be on sale. Squadrons. $6. I think this is worth it. I will tell you, though, that if you play this in VR, you are going to get very motion sick. This was the most motion sick inducing VR game I ever played, was Star Wars Squadrons. It's very good in that sense. If you're missing like the TIE Fighter, X-Wing stuff from the 90s, this is a good modern presentation of it. The story's meh, but whatever. Old Republic Online. I played this in beta and chose really not to play it in retail. I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the story. I didn't like the graphics. I just didn't like it. So you may like it. I haven't played it since beta. Back, I don't know, whenever beta was. More than 10 years ago. People tell me I should give it another shot, play it again. It was super hyped, I think, and then we finally dropped in and played it, and it just wasn't very fun. These are the 90s fighter games. These were pretty fun. I don't know how much fun they'll be today because I haven't played them in a long time, but I have a lot of fond memories of TIE Fighter and X-Wing. And X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Knights of the Old Republic. This is one of the best games ever made. For $3.50, you can't go wrong. You can also get it on Android, by the way. Star Wars for like $10, like a whopping $10. So this is not a huge. It's like $3.50. If you don't have this in your library for $3.50, you should probably get it. Same thing with KOTOR 2. Force Unleashed was a lot of fun. I would wait for a sale for any of these kinds of things. Battlefront 2, I have a lot of fond PS2 memories of playing this, so this would probably be a fun game to pick up if you haven't played it. Obviously, Jedi Knight. These are fun. These don't run that well on modern hardware, so you have to do a little bit of work to get these to work, but they're good. And of course, the original Dark Forces, which is one of my favorite, I guess, 3D shooters. I like the first Dark Forces better than Jedi Knight, believe it or not, but this one's very, very good. It really was, had a lot of stuff going for it for the late 90s, so I definitely liked it a lot. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of these Star Wars games are a lot of fun. I'm not super into the Lego Star Wars stuff, even though I have it, like for PS3 and stuff to play with my kids. I don't think it's that fun. But Jedi Knight and Dark Forces are both very much worth getting it. This is the expansion, Mysteries of the Sith. It's okay, you know. Anyway, Jedi Knight 2, there's Jedi Academy. These are all good, you know, but these ones are probably the best of the batch by far. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 3D. I remember Rogue Squadron, so this might be fun. You know, might be fun to check that out sometime for $3.50, or maybe I'll buy it. We'll see. Let's check the chat real quick. Thinking of Bravely Default 2 for the Switch. I didn't like the demo. I haven't bought it yet. I'll buy it eventually. I like the first Bravely Default for the 3DS. I thought it was brilliant. I love the aesthetics. I love the story. I love the characters. I thought it was just a great game in general. I haven't bought Bravely Default 2 though. Did like the twist at the end of Arise. Maybe Tales of Arise. Last stream you mentioned, okay, yeah, did that. The first Witcher really shows its age. I've played it like 4 times. Yeah. PTSD from the old women kicking me out of the house. For Old Republic, I like the dialogue options, a lot of funny choices, and the short movies they release with each release. I think all RTS games are better with 2D sprites. Yeah. Yeah, those are all good. So, yeah. Anyway, check those out. And I don't know if there's anything else to look at that I think is good. Persona 4 Golden. It's kind of funny because I bought this for the Vita for like $10. So it's still more expensive. But this is a great game. It's a lot of fun. It's a classic at this point. So definitely recommend it. I have Hades for the PlayStation. It's good. If you like roguelite games, it's pretty fun. Dragon Age Inquisition. I do not recommend this one, even for $10. I think it's a waste of time. But if you're just really have wanted to buy it, I guess you can buy it for $10. I think it's the worst of the Dragon Age series by far. Forspoken, nobody liked this game. Maybe for $3. Immortals Phoenix Rising. This is also just not a very fun game. I have it on the PlayStation. I just didn't. It's not very interesting to me. But you know, everything has a fan. Every game has a fan. Vermintide. This was actually quite a bit of fun. This is Vermintide 2. Imagine Left 4 Dead, but Warhammer End Times. It's cool. Pathfinder Kingmaker. I might buy this for $4. But I don't know if I'll play it. Just like buy it to put it in there. Skyrim VR. I don't know why that's on my wish list because I don't do PC VR, but Skyrim VR is actually good. Anybody who has a VR headset that's watching probably already has it. It's technically, I don't know. It's one of the best VR experiences that I can think of. I have Stray on the PlayStation. Very fun little game. I mentioned it in a video last year. Final Fantasy X. That's a good one. I don't know what else. Anything else that's good. I enjoyed Cyberpunk. I talked about that last year. I think that's worth buying for $30 personally. I don't know. I don't see anything else here. Let's play a game. Yeah. I wouldn't buy the Crisis Core Reunion. I would just play this on PSP if you have the option, or emulate it. I enjoyed Final Fantasy VII Remake a lot. So, and Octopath Traveler, I don't know if it's worth $30 because you can get a used Switch copy for less than $30, I think. Nier Replicant, I have the original Nier. This is probably a better version. So if you're wanting to play the original Nier for PS3, this is probably the better version because it is not running on the PlayStation 3 hardware. Dark Souls, this is a remastered version. I have the original version for PC. It's okay. It's very buggy. The original version is. Let's see, anything else? Take Me to the Dungeon. Sounds like a hentai game. All right, I'm not seeing anything else that I would be like, yeah, you got to get this. All right. Final Fantasy X is a classic. Again, like, you know, if you have a PS Vita, you should get this on the Vita. It runs so good. And then you can cross-save and do all that kind of stuff. A lot of debate, though, because they changed the models for the remaster. So if you have the PS2 version, I think the PS2 version is aesthetically superior because the characters actually look better on the PS. If you have a PS2, especially with a CRT, it's going to end up looking better than this version of the game. Anyway, let's go ahead and we will hook up a little game stream here, yeah? play Final Fantasy 15. Boom. To get my like giant version here. Monitor. That have all of it? Okay. Put stuff. I have a 48-inch monitor, and I still have like an extra monitor here. It's kind of funny. All right. There we go. Is this going to launch? There it goes. All right. Actually, I brought in a controller. I like to play this game. This game's much better with a controller. This is another thing about like console ports. It's like they're designed around a controller, so keyboard and mouse stuff just feels super awkward most of the time. The exceptions are, you know, things that are like 3D shooters, I think. We're like working on the Final Fantasy X remaster. The Final Fantasy 12 remaster is debatable as to whether it's bad or good. I fall down on the good side. I think the Final Fantasy 12 port is good, but I think the Final Fantasy 10 port, like the PS2 version, is super good. Graphics are pretty good, I gotta say. Oh.
I love surprises. You'll fall for anything.
That's why I absorbed this now. I forgot my controls. Let him kill me and then I'll reload, because I forgot the controls. I've been playing Final Fantasy 16, so you forget the controls. Game over. All right. Load most recent save. There we go. Let me kill this demon. You can change route here. I don't know if you're supposed to, but I'll unlock this.
I love surprises.
Vulnerable.
You'll fall for anything.
Got me again. That killed me. It actually was pretty effective there. I already turned that on. Alright. Look. Going the right way? I think I... Another one? Battle music. Battle music. Battle music. Battle music. Oh, these guys. Game sound too loud compared to mine. Okay, turn it down. Give me a second. There we go. Saw a demo for the beginning of Final Fantasy IX in the Unreal Engine. Too bad that would never come to be. It looks very good in many regards. Yeah, I think that's a fan-made thing, but it's fun. It's a fun idea, I think. What else would be cool? Honestly, the Moguri mod for Final Fantasy IX is kind of as much of a remaster as you really need. Oh, this guy. Pretty strong. And it doesn't require skill. I like that. Things that are strong and don't require skill. Oh, great, another one. That. Can't time that melee attack right at all. Shocking me. Shocking. Alright. Suck his life out. Where is he? This is invulnerable. Thanks. There we go. Finally timed it. Max HP is all wonky though. What is this? Oh, I see. I keep triggering it by walking across this area. Back to the city. That other one feels very max HP. Annoying. Rest real quick. Is there a rest? Can I rest here? No, this is not the room that I rest in. Just rest in here. Rest. Okay. I'm getting a D. All right. Good. Where's he? There he is. Horas. It says invulnerable, but I've killed him this way. Let's see his long here. Thanks, guys popping up every now and again.
See ya!
It's like the incomprehensible choir battle music. Some other thing that's alive here. Oh, this guy.
See ya!
Just want to pick up that item. Just wanted to pick up this item. Where is it? There, it's in the chairs. Ugh. This guy's just gonna like continue with me or what? Okay, we're just running away. That
You
works.
serious?
Are you serious? This is my serious face, Gary. Alright, something else. Oh, this is a fun looking guy. Oh, this is like the spider guy. The device is unresponsive. Device is unresponsive. This one is responsive. I do like that they are, you know, they kind of make you, you know, think a little bit differently about your gameplay at this point. Where's that guy? This guy's
Ain't
gonna
much,
come
but
to that.
it's better than nothing. Yeah.
Go. Medal of Distinction. Look at these guys. They look cool. Like evil samurai. Alright. Okay. Well, he fell down and died? That's interesting. Weird that it's not giving me like the PlayStation keys. That's how we do it. Alright, where are we going? Down. He's got me! He's got me! The Terminator's got me. Oh, great, this guy. Alright. Go up the stairs. It's like constantly aggroing things that I can't see. Look at this. Bet you there's a bad guy in here. I don't know what to do with the mithril shafts. I guess later I'll get to use it.
The Empire made considerable inroads into the science of demons. Well, after I showed them the way, of course. We'd managed to make demons right here.
Make?
Different combinations of active circuits unlock specific sets of doors. To proceed, locate the keycard for each panel and activate the right combination. Panel C, keycard is required. B, A, B, C.
Your head can do more than wear a crown. Use it.
What do I have over here? Can I use number 8? Switch circuit panel A. What does this do? So I came from that direction. Guess I can go this direction. Let's see what's in here.
Ever wonder where demons come from? Once upon a time, they were children of nature, beasts and men. Oh, and you've killed so many.
Something in here, right? Machine. Machina. Like, I don't feel bad about killing beasts. I wouldn't feel bad about killing demons either, regardless of where they came from. It's like saying, oh, you're killing demons, and they were once angels. It's like, so? They're bad now. Which way haven't I gone? Down. Bad guy here. This looks like clothes on the ground. Including cases around the village, the number of missing now stands at 1,657. Early reports from the MRF attribute the disappearance to an infectious disease, and investigations continue as regards a potential connection to the demon outbreak. At the time of writing, the quarantining of West Gralia is complete, and other sectors remain infection
A vanishing sickness. Huh.
Kind of like this way of telling stories. Like the character picks up stuff and reads things, and then you kind of figure out finally what's going on. Afternoon, Sound Engraver. Hope you're doing great. Oh yeah, our Independence Day is coming up. I need to get some fireworks. In Texas, we got real stuff. Mass disappearance report. 9 days on from the mysterious disappearances in Nerealid, beggars believe that 812 people, an entire village, could simply vanish into thin air. In more tangible developments of the demons that emerged in West Gralia at the same juncture, 60% are confirmed escaped from military facilities. Details of the remaining 40%, however, remain inconclusive.
Mysterious disappearances.
Oh, this
What's
way.
wrong?
Look at this way.
Don't tell me you're lost.
Mega potion. Look at this. Look at these awesome aesthetics. Like, this is so rad looking. Flags should actually look like this. The Welsh flag kind of does look like this, by the way. Wales has the coolest flag. Just saying, it has a dragon on it. You can't get any cooler than that. Let's put that there. That guy's gonna attack me in here, I wonder.
The infantry units you callously dub MTs all began as babes in this very facility. Imprinted with serial codes and incubated until they were strong enough to fight. What a pity. Innocent souls fated to suffer at the hands of a foreign king. Well, not so MT after all, are they?
Where's that thing I was going to read? Here we go. With the mass production of Magitech troopers having commenced in earnest, the Imperial Defense Council approves the implementation of the following reforms: the replacement of human infantry with Magitech units, the augmenting of biological materials through cloning. Sounds like an evil empire. Alright, switch on. Switch is open. Oh, now they're all closed. But I can't get out of the room. Switch on A. Alright, now can I get to where we need to go? No. But I haven't looked at that room over there, so maybe I should. Or did I just come from there? I don't really know. Maybe I didn't just look around very much. Plasmodia-based biological weapons exhibit an acute aversion to light, their cellular structure breaking down within moments of exposure. As the cells are converted to benign molecules, there's no inherent danger, even should such a reaction occur. Light-proof armor presents a simple yet effective solution to the problem. I didn't go through this door over here. Or did I? If I did, I didn't look around very much. Is there anything over here? Cages. That's cool. There we go. Muscle stimulant. And another piece of the story. In light of the large sample size, the test results can be considered conclusive. Commonly occurring parasitic protozoa are the agents of demonification. These findings pave the way for the weaponization of demons, and the first step involves finding a means to control mutated organisms. This report recommends Minister of Research Versdale Besithia submit a detailed budget request for the Deathless Project. Negates all impede costs. Okay, got another piece of the story. Demonification. Sounds pretty cool. over there. Cool. Got that. There's probably a bad guy in here. Around these little lockers. Nice comfy couches.
Oh, well done, my boy. The most fascinating tidbit about your dear Prompto.
What?
Turns out he's not empty either. He's got quite the skeleton in his closet.
It reminds me of the Haunted Mansion. North Graylia Quarantine Report. The infection has since manifested in 5 adjacent sectors and threatens to reach epidemic proportions. Its spread is invariably accompanied by the appearance of demons, and the likelihood cannot be ignored that the pathogens are demon-born. Quarantine has been expanded to encompass all areas in which the creatures are found.
Epidemic proportions. That can't be good.
Following their outbreak in the north and west, demons have swept through the MRF, causing extensive damage to equipment. Control was subsequently lost over unprogrammed MTs, and strategies are being deliberated on the collection of rogue units. Meanwhile, 125 infected patients undergoing testing at the facility have vanished in a manner reminiscent of the first.
All the patients have been disappeared? That makes no sense.
Buy some stuff. Don't need a lot of these. The kids are not getting along. Alright, oops. What's up there? Magitech booster. Alright. Stay. Should top our health back off. Oh, hi, Mark! Taking a break from wiring your house for Ethernet. I need to do that. It's actually, my house is like really good for that because it's like a giant attic over every room. You can just feed wires down like to any wall you want, just going through the attic. And the attic's all decked and everything. It's really good for that. So I need to do that at some point, you know. I'm kind of wondering, like, at some point if you change routes, like, what that does. Or if I should. You know? Let's switch to the easy. I like normal. Why Gladiolus makes it easier. Chrome bit. A bit of chrome. Bit of chrome. Turn me into a newt. Something in here. Smoke until I kill it. Until I kill it. The infected aren't disappearing. They're turning into demons. Who saw that twist coming? That we failed to see this defies belief, yet dwelling on it avails us not in the face of the demon threat. Though of human origin, they're unlike the specimens bred for MTs. They cannot be controlled. More than half the keep's inhabitants are now demons. There's no hope of neutralizing them, not with control lost over the MTs. Outside, the city swarms with yet more demons, former citizens. There's no escape. Oh, we're going to the heart of the Empire and finding that it's full of demons. Full of demons. My house doesn't have an attic, so I have to do everything through the basement. It's really annoying. Either way.
Security clearance raised to level 5.
It's a little bit more annoying to
Access
feed
to level
wires
5
up
zones
versus down.
authorized.
But it's not that easy to feed wires down because you don't know. You have to like really know the house well to know where you're putting them in the wall, like fish them through, put in boxes and stuff. It's quite a bit of trouble. But I need to do it at some point. Probably right after I finish. Well, I need to. My garage is insulated, but I need to put sheetrock up. So after I'm done putting the sheetrock up in the garage, cover the insulation, I'll probably do something like that. I would really like to at least run Ethernet. Like my computer, this computer's running on Ethernet to my router directly. I realize like I'm in the dark here, aren't I? It's super dark. Very dark. Here, let's turn this on and let's like turn it down. There we go. That's a lot better, isn't it? What's going on here? Change the properties here. Turn down the gain. And off all this auto garbage. And off the low light compensation. To do this every time, it gets really annoying. Alright. Okay, we're up in here. I'm tempted to go down the hallway and see what happens. I get Terminators attacking me. Got the hiccups. Let's see what this guy does. Oh, yeah. They don't really hurt me when they blow up like this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna blow them all up just to see what happens. This guy will attack me, right? Nope. Well, he didn't do it.
The hell is this place? What are they keeping inside? Not sure what that is, but I got a hunch it's bad. Don't like it one bit. Bet there's something here. Which means it's locked. And if there's a lock, there's a key.
Let's see. Nothing here. That up. Okay. Well, this puts us at an impasse, doesn't it? Oh, here we go. Throw the switch.
Wasn't expecting that. Things are looking up.
Oh, cool.
How will this story end, I wonder?
You ever play one of the
Intruder
Battlefront
alert.
games?
Mobilizing dormant Magitech infantry.
I played the original Battlefront games for the PS3.
Wait, is that what's waiting inside?
Didn't play the new ones.
Even more of them.
Where are your friends? You don't think they ran off without you? You still haven't found Gladio? Only a matter of time before Ignis bumbles into a trap.
Oh, I gotta play these guys. Why does it keep changing my
You
game?
must feel very much alone right now.
There it is. want to pick this thing up off the ground. This thing. About all this. Okay, there's a guy over there. I have to kill that guy, then I can pick up the stuff off the ground. Alright, there we go. This is money right here. This money laying on the ground. Check the other side.
Security clearance raised to level 6. Access to level 6 zones authorized.
Your buddies have bright lives ahead of them. Don't take it personally if they choose their own over yours.
This ring is really good.
No time, no time.
Wraith. Oh, look at those guys crawling
Not
up the
so
walls.
tough
They
without your
come.
borrowed toys.
Oh, that's rad.
Are you?
Shock troopers, and they're shocking you. They're remaking Battlefront 1 to 3. First one came out yesterday, I think.
You really are helpless without your friends babysitting you.
Alright, let's go. You're really helpless. He just killed a bunch of the demons. He's not helpless at all. What are you talking about? Like, that's the dumbest taunt ever, when he's just, like, busting through your defenses like they don't even exist. Like they're paper. Alright. Let's see here. Don't really need to rest because we're not short on max HP. Oh, there's something there. Reflex enhancer. Okay. That guy's gonna come to life for sure. Wallbreaker Wave Test Resort. The wave produced exceptional results in real-world conditions, effectively inhibiting the King's Glaive's warping and spellcasting abilities, powers that operate on the self-same principle as the Wall of Lucis. Elixir. Very good. I mean, he looks kind of funny, like running through here in a suit, but like we have some other. Take off the jacket, for instance. Have him run in a t-shirt, or just like his official costume. Put this on. I haven't used this really. Like, this is still the best one here. Is the suit. So it just looks funny. It just looks really funny.
In case there was any doubt, it's a trap. Where does it hurt? You can tell me.
Didn't see that coming.
A little pay will never hurt anyone. On you go. Hurry, while your dawdle people are dying.
I really gone and done it now.
No, is that you? Hey, no! You hear us?
Claudio!
Where are you?
Getting squished here. Gotta kill this last guy? What is it? Find a way forward.
Nox in trouble.
Got you. There ought to be a kill switch nearby.
Here
Find
he
it.
is.
Well, how do you know that?
I believe it's the reason we were brought here.
There we go.
Not so tough without your borrowed toys, are you?
Yeah, he is though.
That was close.
How the hell did you get here?
Yeah, running in those
welcome.
dress shoes would be hard.
Thanks.
Look at Gladio's
After we were
boots.
separated,
This wouldn't
we
be fun
received help.
to run in either. And it's like leather.
Usual suspect.
Leather
That
outfit.
bastard's playing with us. But at least we're together.
All but one of us.
Reunited with your retainers at last. How very touching.
Did I already?
Must be a fine feeling, having friends. Look how happy you are. I pray you find your dear Prompto soon.
This report concludes that the wave can neutralize not only the wall, but all magical phenomena exhibited by Lucian royalty. Moreover, based on the data acquired from the encounter with Shiva, an enfeebling effect on the Six can also be anticipated. Alright guys, off we go. Oh, look at this. I am the architect. Alright, another one of these cool rooms. Bulletproof suit. A bulletproof suit. Oh, let's check that out. Knight's anklet. Talisman. Yeah, let's do something better than stamina badge. Green choker. Oh no, I like the stamina badge because I can sprint. It is with regret that I hereby suspend my plans to restore this Magitech weapon to full functionality. The spineless powers that be fear further incidents, and my efforts to activate and control the device were futile, it seems. If it is some sort of autonomous armament, then only divine intervention could bring the mech back online. Till that time comes, however, the device shall remain sealed.
Locked. Meaning there's someone inside?
Oh, you look at all the video monitors. Does that tell us anything? Let's see. Anything interesting? All right, let's go. We go, gents.
Oh, I knew you'd go that way. Oh, you're such a tease.
Lots of little cells here. Ooh, there's like a demon in there. What's over here? An old book. Just what I wanted. And in here, a flesh fortifier. Alright, there's something up here. Sorry, I have to stop for loot. You can't just ignore the loot. There's Prompto. Crucified.
Hey, you alright?
Are you hurt? Do you need help?
I'm fine. Thank you, Noct.
No sweat.
Tell me, were you worried about me?
Yeah.
Of course I was. What kind of question is that?
Should have answered not really.
Of course. That's why you came. Like I believed you would.
Prompto.
That's why I told myself I couldn't die. Not until I could see you. And hear you tell me I'm not a fake. And I'm the real me.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. Everything's alright now.
Find the device sealing Noctis's powers. Alright, I already got all the loot here, so... guys, you're in my way. It's good that the gang's back again. Let's just check here. Have anything for Prompto? That's good. Here is locked, okay. That way. Apparently I can't go forward that way. There's just nothing over there. Ah, whatever. Go. Okay. I'll follow the map. This is a pretty interesting game. It really grew on me, actually.
Noct. Do you hear that?
Hear what?
I've heard this sound before. On the train, just before your weapons failed you. It's nearby. And it may hold the key to restoring your power. It's here.
This thing? Door's locked.
That's coming from within. Is there no way through?
There's a way. So, MTs, they've got those code prints. Just like I do.
Do they? Never looked.
Yeah. So, as it turns out, I'm one of them.
This twist kind of came out
Not
of
exactly
nowhere.
something I could tell people growing up in Lucis. Still,
Come up with a new
you
recipe.
guys are like the only friends I've ever known. I just hope that things can stay the way they were.
Whatever. Who cares where you were born?
I don't see you turning against us. Not now or ever.
Thanks, guys. Still, I can't change where I came from. What I am.
Since when does where you come from matter to you?
This is kind of like what's
You
his
never
name from
once
Final
treated
Fantasy
me as a
IX.
prince.
It's got you there.
Never so much as a highness.
We're done here. Come on, crown citizen.
You're one of us, right?
Unless you'd rather not be.
He's a replicant. He's like, I'm trying to remember the name of the little black mage. Like, you find out you're not really a person. You're like a created being. This like devastating. This is like the empty clothes of the Emperor here, which is very cool. Like, it definitely looks cool. We can, let's screenshot. That's what we did doing. Holding a PlayStation controller, so I'm pressing like the PlayStation screenshot button. There we go. Imperial Medal of Honor. Find the device. It's on the way up. There it is. Okay. Oh, here we go. Mega Elixir, but that is not what I was looking for. There we go. Well, that's one way to do it.
So, did it work?
With the device down and out, Nox power should be up and running.
Go on, try it.
All right. Moment of truth.
Oh!
We're back, baby.
Good game.
What a relief.
Let's roll.
Travel to the past by calling Umbra dormitories. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Gear. We can put another gear in here, huh? Sword of the Father. Trident of the Oracle. It makes the great greater. Plus 100 strength. Plus 100. It makes allies of the wielders holograms. Whoa, that's cool. Scepter of the Pious. This one was pretty cool too. This boosts your magic and like you can attack with it. We'll keep the Sword of the Father for now. But over here, let's our regular sword. Blood sword. Alright. And we put some magic here. Magic. We'll cast. Power shield. Saw. Kind of like the Some little mini music. Whatever. Keep it. Not that hard a game. I don't. You know, you don't need the best gear. Whoa! All right, here's our
New friend?
We need to pick him better.
Can you see again?
Afraid not. But that doesn't mean I can't fight.
Well, just don't overdo it, okay?
Gladio.
I've just the thing.
got our powers back. Is there another guy? Seeing another guy. Oh, here we go. Oh, there's more guys over here. Just suck the life out of this guy.
I see you decided to rock the ring.
Had to. No weapons, no friends, no choice, really. You know, somebody here's got to fight to rescue the crystal. Not to mention rescue all of your asses.
Spoken. Like a true king. About time.
The ring represents a great burden, but you don't bear it alone.
You can say that again. Especially now that y'all have your weapons back.
Some guys here.
You should be able to handle this, right? Get back!
There we go. That's pretty cool. Got a shock trooper here.
Want some?
Kill this guy. Go. D
get
for
on with
finesse,
it.
man.
You
I
getting
never
a
get a
feel for
good
things,
finesse
Ignis?
grade.
Feeling my way around.
Whenever I actually get a good finesse grade, it's like because I've done terribly. That's what I feel like. This is the game. He's here. I mean, I guess we could rest and like, we don't need to.
Showtime. Let's hope it's not a tragedy.
Sure ain't coming. You really can hold your own.
At the very least, I must try.
Gladio.
Just killed that little one little guy there. Stasis on me.
Pronto.
Hopefully Biggs and Wedge both made it to safety.
Who and who?
Our train drivers.
And soldiers. They can fend for themselves.
I got poisoned. Been poisoned. Been poisoned. Are you going to stream Final Fantasy 16 soon? Yeah, I'm going to stream
Now
it.
then, the
I can only do it at
I'm
night.
guessing
'cause
the
it's
way
really
is
not
locked.
Well,
kid
I
appropriate.
guess
I have
it's a good
kids.
thing somebody has keys to the whole fortress.
You're no better than a burglar.
Aren't I? Get back!
Why the?
Get back!
Try to draw life from it.
So, where'd you guys park the regalia?
Outside. No park ain't the right word.
She's broken down, Ella. Us.
Took one for us. Saved our lives.
Yeah, these characters like definitely grew on me. They're like very
Where's that elevator?
you know, it's very like Save the Cat gang. I don't know, Save the Cat doesn't really talk about this stuff, but like it's very much like a 1980s like Goonies gang. Like whenever you make a gang of kids, you always have like a nerd and you know, nerd, a jock, you know, things like that. Okay, good. Make some more magic. Like you have a nerd, a jock, a like cool guy with attitude, and like a party animal. So, oh, here's ice. There's some Allomancy. Boop. Should have some a bunch of extra bottles. Sweet. Let's do like a big fire. Add some of this. Some of that. Unicast. And then we'll add XP. We can do XP ones. It's not the time. I don't need XP right now. Stop cast. That'll make them stop. Death level 42. Kill cast. Laser sensor. I have here a lot of got some insect stingers. Ooh, poison. Giant crab pinchers. There we go. Do one of like. Let's do this. Oh, can we? Oh, it says a lot. Okay, sweet. We do another one. Where's the electric one? There it is. Let's do a lightning one. Find something cool here. Heal cast is pretty cool. Definitely helps. muscle stimulant. Doesn't really do anything. Some treasures. Better to use. So this will increase potency. Let's see what we got here. Centipede legs. Drops enemy attack. Oops. I don't want that. Mithril shaft. Quadcast. All right. That looks like it's cool. There we go. Noctis definitely has a personality. This is something that I've noticed, though, is that a lot of people think that in order to have a personality, you have to be really jocular all the time. And I don't think that's the case. I'll get Delta Daggers. Octo. Okay, he already has that. All right. Gear. I think Noctis has a fine personality. He has a personality of kind of a teenager growing up, which I like. Works fine. People tried to say the same thing about Clive from Final Fantasy 16, because he's more brooding. Like, in order for a character to have a personality, he has to sit around joking and stuff all the time, or have some sort of weird quirk, and that's not what makes a character deep, you know? Characters are more than just some quirk or preference that they have. They're like, oh, they made Noctis' personality fishing. It's just part of it. You know, he doesn't know what to do. He's an uncertain guy. He's a kid growing up, you know?
Hey,
he cares
buddy.
about people.
Could you try to stick together?
Oh, I gotta wait for my blind friend. You actually don't really have to wait for him. I guess I could switch out this stamina badge for something else.
It's mine!
Truly be the Emperor.
Does seem kind of keen. Nothing the four of us can't handle. Try this!
Nice try.
The Empire shall span all the land. By the crystal's light, we shall flourish. I shall arise as ruler of the world.
All right, things are looking up.
Let's see what we came for.
See, this is actually pretty awesome because it's like Final Fantasy VI, but a little bit of the Emperor becomes a demon, and then you just like kill him. It's rad as heck. Wait, let's go ahead and rest here. They're just relaxing and in the middle of the keep. What time is it? I probably got to get on to the next task. Almost 3. We'll play for 20 more minutes.
took more photos today. You want to see?
No. Not really.
Yeah, of course.
I actually do want to see. Are there any good ones? That's a cool one. Let's save that one. I mean, the same complaints against, say, like Clive or Noctis would equally apply to Cole, Exile of Atlantis, or Conan the Barbarian, really. Right? It's like, Conan has a personality because he's brooding all the time. Like, okay. Conan's a bit more jocular than Cole, but still, like, Cole has a personality. He thinks
One
about
hell of a
things.
hangar.
Look at all this space.
So, the central elevator's through here.
And out of the loading bay.
Alright, we got some mechs. There's definitely gonna be a boss fight here. Odds of boss fight in this room. 50%.
Your Majesty, your
100%.
precious crystal awaits you. To liven things up, I thought I'd take you on a stroll down memory lane. Of course, memories decay with time.
Oh, it's her brother.
Kill me. End it.
Alright, here's our boss fight.
Is that Ravus?
Or what's left of him.
Tent.
Guys. Let's see what he does here.
Keep an eye on Iggy.
I'll keep both on him.
That'll do.
Buzz off! All in bullet time, baby.
They get that cool counter.
Not good.
I've just the thing.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Gladio's like confused. What happened with the president?
Stay close to me.
My thanks.
Ignis!
I've just the thing.
All in bullet time, baby.
Ignis!
I've just the thing.
him with a hit.
Get back!
Nice try.
Ignis!
I've just the thing.
Mega potion. I like a mega elixir.
Thank you.
Pronto.
All in bullet time, baby. Buzz off!
Could have set up a better special for Gladiator.
Gladio.
I've just the thing.
All in bullet time, baby.
Pronto.
All in bullet time, baby.
Apologies.
I don't think I have something that stops. That does stop.
Ignis.
Just the thing.
Pronto.
All in bullet time, baby.
That's it. All right. Get the boss.
A sorry end for the High Commander. For anyone. He was a man with hopes and dreams.
Ugh. It's horrible.
What kind of fiend makes demons of men?
Look alive! Company!
Yeah, there's this idea that everybody has to have a quirky personality rather than being an everything.
Nice try.
We're getting nowhere!
And they just keep coming!
No! Must go on alone.
What?
If you can obtain the crystal's power, we may yet be able to turn the tide. Elsewise, we're all like to perish here.
Biggie's right. It's our only chance.
But what about you?
We'll manage somehow. Just get moving.
You could still get to the crystal. If you went on your own, your friends would have to stay behind.
Alright, so now I have to jump on the... Look at that. That was cool.
Hangar gate closing. Please stand clear.
You better think fast. I don't envy you your decision.
This is the way to the crystal.
Betraying your friends for the greater good. The mark of a monarch. Step forth, your majesty. If you wish to obtain the crystal's power, you must be prepared to lose all else.
Yeah, he was a man with hopes and dreams is like a super generic thing to say. That's right. It's like we have to say something. It's like, but we haven't really developed this character a lot in the game.
Gate
So
closed.
what do we say?
Don't
We just say something.
die on me.
Obtain the crystal's power. All right, we're gonna do this. All right. There it goes.
Do you suppose your dear friends are still alive?
I know they are.
Those who died for you, do you ever wonder what went through their minds? Can you even recall their final words?
I'll come back for you all. I swear.
I played the Bravely Default 2 demo, but I didn't really
How far does
like
this
it.
go?
I mostly didn't like the character.
Crystal had
But
better
the
be
gameplay's
here.
fine.
Everyone's counting on it. Counting on me.
And it wasn't really enough for me to like get into the story, so I don't know, I'll probably eventually play it.
Your
First
journey
one was
is over, Noct.
Okay. Look at this crystal. It looks very cool, doesn't it?
Please. Help me stop the demons. Why?
This is my first time through Final Fantasy 15.
Unharmed by the light, the chosen king.
It's a different cast for Bravely Default.
Allow me to regale you with a tale. In an age long past, an incurable scourge ravaged mankind. A tiny menace that twisted men into monsters, the likes of which you've seen. Elusive lived a savior who could cure the afflicted. His body would come to host myriad demons, and countless lives be spared. But a jealous king, one chosen by the crystal, ostracized and demonized this healer of the people, making a true monster of him. I gave you my name earlier, but you should know that it was not given to me at birth. Arden Lucis Kylum is my proper name. You'll never guess whose name this Unia was. No, killing you as a mortal will bring me some satisfaction. Claim the crystal's power, arise as its champion. Only once the crystal and the king are no more, I know redemption. Come back soon. I shall keep your
your friends come running to you.
Oh, this is where he gets like time locked for 10 years or something. Rad. Sweet textures. I wish they'd remake all the old Final Fantasy games in that chibi style like they did Final Fantasy. They did Final Fantasy 3 and 4 that way. But I think 3 is better. I don't like the Final Fantasy 4 remake as much. I don't think it holds up as well. But I don't know, I like the pixel art better, personally. You know, you don't really need to remake them in the chibi style. You have, like, Bravely Default 2. I think it's okay to keep the original aesthetics and for new games to have new different...
The fate of this world falls to the King of Kings.
This is rad.
His providence consecrated in the divine light of the crystal.
It's Voltron.
So it is ordained, the revelation of Bahamut. Of the crystal, wherein lies the soul of the star. And it is in this place that the king will gain the power to fulfill his calling. They stand against the darkness and abide in hope. Sustained by faith unfaltering that their king shall arise and bring deliverance. By the covenants awakened, the six have seen the coming of the prophesied hour. A time when the crystal shall have shed the entirety of its light unto the ring. Only then, once the sacred ring is replete, can the true king complete his ascension. And only by the true king's hand can the immortal accursed be banished and the light restored to this world.
Who's the accursed? I know who it is. It's hard.
A man cursed with life eternal, whose immortality stems from the self-same scourge that wrought the demons. One so impure of body and soul was deemed unworthy of the crystal's light and forbidden to ascend. His mind twisted by spite and bent on revenge, the usurper came to bring darkness down upon our world. Only the true king, chosen by the crystal and guarded by his forebears, can end the accursed's madness. It is the sole means to ending the immortal accursed. A power greater than even that of the Six, purifying all by the light of the crystal and the glaives of rulers past. Only at the throne can the chosen receive it, and only at the cost of a life his own. The King of Kings shall be granted the power to banish the darkness, but the blood price must be paid. cast out the usurper and usher in dawn's light will cost the life of the chosen. Many sacrificed all for the king, so must the king sacrifice himself for all. Now enter into reflection, let the light of providence shine within.
I'm like way over time, but I'm not way over time, but after this I'll have to call it. Should have done this cutscene with the cup of noodles, the cup of noodles hat. Someone should go through this game and do all the cutscenes with the cup of noodles hat.
The light waxes full. Go forth to the kingdom, where the usurper awaits. Reclaim the throne and fulfill the calling of the true king.
Have a good weekend, Sound Engraver. Mark of the Draconian. Angel Guard, Stone Prison. Save. We'll have to get through this little part, I guess. It's the magical dog.
Umbra.
Be waiting. In Hammerhead.
The Chosen King's Calling. 5 o'clock shadow equals 10 years older. Oh, I can still select some photos. Is there any good ones of this boss fight? Oh, that's a good one. Some good screenshots here. I don't even know what's going on in that one. Looks kind of cool. I think probably this one. Square Enix came to you and asked you which Final Fantasy you'd want them to remake. Which one would it be? To remake. Well, they already remade 7 better than the original, in my opinion. Controversial opinion. But having played 7 on stream, I think it's only good.
was I out?
A little overrated. I wouldn't remake 6. I think it's already perfect as it is. And I wouldn't remake 4. I think it's already good as it is. I might remake 9.
Where'd everybody go?
Not necessarily with this combat. But I think the aesthetics of 9 kind of brought into modern technology would be really
Demons everywhere. What the hell happened?
And they kind of... finesse. There's Umbra, my little friend. All right, we're gonna have to save here and pick it up next time. Oh, I see where we're at. Look, we're at here. Like everything's like destroyed. World of Ruin. Oh, this is like Final Fantasy VI. We're in the World of Ruin. Awesome. Like this really reminded me of Final Fantasy VI, and the plot's very similar now. I love it. All right, we're gonna save here and we'll pick it up another time. Should be fun. All right. Boop. But exit out this game. It looks great though. I liked Final Fantasy VI with the, basically the heroes failing and falling into a world of ruin and having to pick up the pieces from there and like overcome despair to destroy, I think it's Kefka at the end. So I'll be looking forward to this one as well. Kind of the same plot, right? We have the advisor to the Emperor kind of taking over things and destroying the Emperor, but I like the drama of the Emperor becoming a demon because of his hubris and things like that. I wish they would have explored that more, done more exposition with that, just done a little more telling with that kind of thing in this game, and I think it would have been even better. I think this story, the criticism I'm going to make of the Final Fantasy 15 story is that once again, my usual complaint about Square Enix RPGs is that they just don't nail the exposition. So the first act doesn't establish the conflict all that well. Like, we get that Noctis's dad has died, so what does he have to do from there? It doesn't establish the goals all that well. So it's, that could be improved. And that's been the case for Final Fantasy 15. That's been I don't know about Final Fantasy 14. That's a complicated can to open up, but because it's an MMO, and then technically it's two different MMOs, because there's an original one that you can't play anymore. Final Fantasy 13 had a really cool exposition, but it didn't explain much. You didn't quite understand what the stakes were or why the characters were doing what they're doing until pretty deep in the first act, and then you don't really understand what's going on until like almost the 10th chapter of Final Fantasy 13. And Final Fantasy 12 also kind of borks the exposition, where we just don't quite know what's at stake and why Vaughn wants to do what he's doing, and then that kind of comes in clearer as you play through the game. Final Fantasy X, it's pretty obvious. They do a good job with that one, and they do a pretty good job with Final Fantasy IX. Problem is the goals shift a lot as Final Fantasy IX progresses. So, my main complaint is that they could kind of improve the exposition just a little bit, and you would have had an even better story, I think. So, anyway, let's check the chat. That's probably the one I'd remake is probably Final Fantasy IX. I just think it has beautiful aesthetics and a great story. So I would love to have it have a modern treatment that's just a little more high fidelity than what we got. But if you don't have to have that, you have the Mogiri mod, which improves the backgrounds and really does a pretty good job for it. I don't know if there's another one I would remake. I can't think of one. Final Fantasy 12 is already good, pretty much as it is. Yeah. I've been thinking about the idea of clunky exposition. I've started to pay attention to the way people talk to me, and I noticed that there's a lot of repeat things I already know. Oh, they buried a lot in the codex in this game. That's true. And they do that a little bit with Final Fantasy 16, but I will say you can understand the plot perfectly without having to dive into the codex of Final Fantasy 16. It's just extra information about the world, kind of like Dragon Age Origins. Final Fantasy 16, I'm really pleased with it so far. It reminds me a lot of Dragon Age Origins, but with Demon Souls combat, or Demon Souls is first. So I always think of Demon Souls, but yeah, Dark Souls combat, or Stranger of Paradise combat. Pretty good. Overall, they really have nailed the exposition and all of the storytelling in Final Fantasy 16 so far. So I will say that about it. It's good. It nails the story. All right, guys. That's it for today. Thanks so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me see if there's anything I wanted to list. Yeah, you can get Demon X Machina for free still by joining my mailing list. And I'm working really hard now to get King Leper out. Hopefully this fall. I know I delayed it. I basically delayed it a year because I had to redo a lot of things about the book that I wasn't completely satisfied with. Basically, the transition to the middle act is kind of awkward, and I just didn't feel confident about like getting that book ready to print. And it's a long book, so it takes a little more work to work up. We'll see how long it takes to get cover art and stuff going for it. And what I'm going to do for the cover art. I really would like to have a certain artist do the cover, but I'm going to have to budget for that, and I don't quite know how I'll recover the money. I might do a crowdfund for that and the other books of the Eternal Dream. So keep your eyes peeled for that. If you're into high fantasy, or especially my treatment of high fantasy, which is a little bit different from what other people are expecting. I was just thinking, I was looking back at my reviews, some of my reviews on like Water of Awakening, and I realized that a huge amount of fantasy fandom doesn't read things before like 1980. And so that's reflected in the reviews. They're like, where's the magic system isn't explained. I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? It's like my magic system's more like Jack Vance or Michael Moorcock. It's not or even J.R.R. Tolkien. It's not Brandon Sanderson, but people read Robert Jordan and Brandon Sanderson and they think that's what fantasy is. And I realize that that's just the approach that people are taking. They were super influenced by that. And because I don't do that, they don't get what I'm doing, and then other people who read a lot of classic stuff, then they really like Water of Awakening because it's like an extension of classic fantasy telling like Tolkien or even Robert E. Howard and stuff like that. So anyway, I was just thinking about that. Hey, what we read and kind of modern trends, they do affect what the audience perceives. This new one, King Leper, it's more like, I don't know, I hate to say Game of Thrones, but it's more like Game of Thrones, but, if it was written by Jack Vance or Tolkien or Michael Moorcock or someone. Just a more plot-focused version of that, and not so into like character drama, but more into the elements of the plot, plus a lot more fantasy, rather than normal people in sort of Europe. And it's like, no, this is fantasy. There's magic and stuff. So I will stream again on Wednesday. Yes. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.